Alright, we'll see how much time and space we got here, but tearing it up. GPT-3, Killer Clowns, Invader Sharps, Salty Game Boards. They are game theories, and you have to provide a limit for those things. Of course, that's going to interject Planck's chaos. So you're taking 3 red, 1 blue. Now, remember, we specifically do that because it's your bait trap. Any kind of mason on my timeline is going to do a certain job based on the physical indexes of, like, on the ticker of certain pursuit algorithms under certain functions where gravity and functions can square those off. Or, this was your business, but you're not integrated to psychology, governmental, alien lunch line levels. Being able to swing that plumb bob on that algorithm that gets the thing doing whatever the same prime number is going to do. So in there, you get to that sentinel bit of it. It's like, well, they were up at this point in time, they were banking money on this. Not just on one of those indexes, all those indexes, and it's a monster. It's a brute force. Programmers know, most people from underside to inside the cap, not being able to go super critical inside of that point where it's not just temperature that you drop the temperature down, and then these things act differently with magnetic fields, and there's a range of intensity from Nile Reds, not just the composition, the beakers, and all the other stuff that says those are the limits, and the air fluid, the pressure that is not on a line of fluids. In general relativity of a pipe this big, all fluids are pressure, or that the pressure is a fluid. It changed an index xy in the same way compositions and elements, and you don't necessarily need that for the hillbilly spinner, your business, even if that was brokering, because there's a matrix between x and x prime z. Multiple. You're gonna have to get some general relativity books out. If it wasn't general relativity, gravity, everybody's gonna be like, Newton, that's a wolf on this thing. I mean, not quite berserker, but in the same way that you need to have that thing in containment. That saw over there is a manager attached to the electron fuzz graphs making indicated systems when I generalize the mass gap to the approximation of general relativity and special relativity. Given what the most common M1, M2 matrix structure source codes are going to be for that, X and X prime, you can build another internet. And it's kind of a scary thought when you think about things, given GPT-3 on spectrums of analysis that really, for internal containment of the object, 0, 1, object over here, 2 of them going off, this relative time functions, but physics, this is what I could do to limit the ticker to these numbers, even with GPT-3. Check it, look it, make predictions, money indicator XYZ on actions of spooky distances, make graph, general, marshmallow. Coming inside here and say, well, it wasn't just the ticker that I needed to see for containment, it was Schrodinger's equation in Dirac's form of that stone mill. That was a test. This is the rabbit order of figuring out lambda calc in this field. It's over by Hancock, or over by Dedico, down there by the river. It's a treatment plant, and so it's over there. And just to get any numbers, your happy ass isn't doing it for birds, or turkey, or deer, people, incidents, drug addicts, whatever. Because it would be a problem not understanding that thing. And the numbers, yeah, and a bunch of them making a bunch of snowflakes, doing things, competing against each other at a certain place, which is fine. Fine, you get to a certain thing, you obviously, bunny hunter and the coyote thing should be hunting where Alpha 0 and GPT-3 are tagging. I need to be on those numbers. There's a certain tax bracket of money things that collapse that ceiling, and we want to make sure that there's nobody's coming down in here, because I'm going to send it back up. Because there would be a physical wave function on that. So it does by physics, friction, fuzz, whatever it is in here. That's going to, all of those factors equally to the Torino scale value, K, inside of there. There is a moral obligation to designing, even in the field, like crab fishermen starving out there, ground's different, topology is going to dictate percentageably marginal windows on cut amp limits to rock quality, because that's how you train it, instead of every day on there referencing the leisure in school of different models.